Greetings, Benjamin J from BENZTRAINZ with another in the series. Well, still working with the new 12-volt controller. So on the outside rail, I put an original Commodore Vanderbilt. We're going to see how this runs. So, without further ado, let's see what happens. All right, there's reverse. Excuse me. And forward. All right, that's right at 7.2 volts. Take it a bit faster. Now I've noticed on the Marx stuff, I can't take this up much past 8 volts. As you can see, that's clipping right along. That's right at 8 volts now. So let's slow it down. Okay, there's 5 volts. That's 5.2 volts, 4.9 volts. And that's pulling 11 Lionel cars. As you see, it's virtually impossible to do this on AC. And not only is it running slow, but it's running really well slow. That's right at 5.2 volts. All right, let's go ahead and take it back up. So obviously there's no point in continuing to test this. It's running every locomotive I've put on this rail just absolutely splendidly with no problem at all. As you can see. So, as I said, I don't anticipate any problems with this controller at all. It has worked with every single locomotive I have tested. So, forward and reverse. With no problems at all. So take this up, that's about 7 volts. That's a good constant speed all the way around the rail, I think. And that's right at 7 volts. With 5 volts in reserve, so obviously this thing will fly around this rail. Let's take it up to 8 volts. Okay, there's 8 volts. So much faster it will derail. I'll wait till it gets on the straightaway, give it some power. So there's no way I could run this at full output. It would fly off this table. So it has run every locomotive I've tested absolutely perfectly. No problem at all. Forward and reverse. And as I said, you can run these things incredibly slowly. I mean, that is amazing. Not just the fact that it's running, but just the fact that it's running that slow, that well. Oh, it's also pulling 11 cars, and it's still running that slow, that well. Actually quite incredible. That's 4.9 volts, so not even a full 5 volts. All right, let's bring it around. So as you see, it works. I don't think there's any point in continuing to experiment with this. There's been no problem with any locomotive I have run at all. Forward and reverse E-units work, electronic E-units work. So, in any case, this will probably be the last video on this. I'll just start running it and see how it goes. So, it's made it through the first day with no glitches of any kind. Doesn't get hot. No glitches, no malfunctions, no problems with any locomotive I have tested. This works. So far, so good. Anyway, $22.95 on Amazon. So I'll be putting this thing through its paces. I'll be running this for the next few days at least, and just see what happens with it. The only way to tell now is to run it every day under normal circumstances rather than just continuing to test different locomotives. The best way to test it is to use it. So anyway, just want to do a quick video. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email, benztrains@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.